Today we're going to take a look at the Uncanny X-Force Omnibus by Rick Remender. It has a 928 page count and a cover price of $100. Stay tuned after the video to see how you can get yourself entered in the giveaway. Alrighty, jumping right into this omnibus review, we get this great cover art here from Asad Ribic. The whole group of assassins there on the cover: Wolverine, Fantomex, Psylocke, Archangel, and everybody's favorite Merc with the Mouth, Deadpool. Covers of the issues are not on the back, the cover gallery, but it's all good. There's plenty of covers throughout this. The inside of the dust jacket: could you kill a child to save the world? That is basically the main theme throughout this book, as you will see as we go through. Just open it up a little bit here. Just check out the binding. It is sewn binding and it's pretty tight, so there is a little bit of gutter loss in this book. This is the second printing. The first printing was a white book, which I honestly kind of like more than this, but hopefully when they reprint it, they give us back the white book and give some different covers, because this is the only cover for this book. So you get the table of contents here with everything collected in the book. Now this book does collect Uncanny X-Force 1 through 35, 5.1, 19.1, and material from Wolverine Road to Hell #1, and all new Wolverine Saga and X-Men Spotlight. The book starts out with this issue here, which is basically just like an introduction, the first day of the rest of your life. So it just introduces you to these characters that are involved with this assassin group, the X-Force, which is made up of Wolverine, Psylocke, Fantomex, Deadpool, and Archangel. As I said previously in the beginning, this book, it deals with like making very hard choices and to kill a child or not, even though, you know, he may possibly grow up to just destroy the world as Apocalypse. As you see there, he is Evan, the kid that is also in Wolverine and the X-Men, which I read not too long ago, so that's why I actually jumped into this book, because I wanted to read some more material on this Evan kid who is possibly going to be Apocalypse. But mainly this kind of follows Fantomex a lot, which is a character that I'm not really familiar with, but to be honest, you don't really need to know much backstory to read this book. I mean, if you're an X-Men fan, you would like it, but there's no like previous reading that you would need to jump into this. You can just pick this book right up and just jump right into it, and you will enjoy the hell out of it, I guarantee. These are Apocalypse's final horsemen here, so it gives like a little backstory on how they became the Horsemen of Apocalypse, which is kind of cool. Definitely heavy Apocalypse stuff in this. Not the OG Apocalypse, but you get some new Apocalypse in this, which is pretty sick. Deadpool is pretty hilarious throughout this whole book. He definitely does some pretty ruthless shit, which has me dying quite a few times throughout this. Psylocke is a total badass throughout this book. Wolverine is as well. I mean, all these characters are just, they're such a good group. Yeah, Deadpool right here, he's just eating pieces of, feeding pieces of himself to Archangel as he lay there all fucked up, which is pretty hilarious. He's like, you're gonna be pissed when you find out what the fuck I fed you. So in this arc right here, the Apocalypse Solution, it's really the X-Force is trying to track down this kid, Evan, and they're going to kill him basically, so that, you know, the Apocalypse he may become one day doesn't happen. Nobody really wants to do it, so it ends up being Fantomex here who actually pulls the trigger and kills this young kid, which even Deadpool is like disgusted by, which is pretty hilarious. Lady Deathstrike there. You get some great cameos throughout this whole book, which is pretty cool. So if you're a fan of the X-Men, man, it's just like all kinds of stuff from different eras of X-Men are just popping up throughout the book. You get this little story here with Deathloks, which is pretty sick, where you get these like Deathloks variants of other heroes like Captain America and Hawkeye is one of them, Spider-Man, and they're all trying to like track down the X-Force here. So there's a huge, crazy, jam-packed story full of action and violence and just comedy. It's a great read. Rick Remender's writing is just absolutely terrific throughout this. I love how there's just callbacks to little bits of the story throughout this whole book. So like in 35 issues, there's just a continuation of everything going on with, internal conflict between the members of X-Force. So that's always a great thing to have, man. Just when you think you're not going to get like a callback, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's right, that happened there. This is a cool little issue here where Magneto actually like hires Wolverine to like kill one of the Nazis that had fucked with Magneto when he was a child. So he rolls out there to this old man, and he ends up just taking him out with the samurai sword there, which is pretty sick. The art is really good for this issue too. It's like that painted style, so you get some classy artwork when you're killing Nazis, you know what I'm saying? After that, you get this great arc here with the Killer Among Us, where, you know, Archangel is like turning into Apocalypse, and this is where he's in that sick Apocalypse form. They're trying to, I can't remember if they're just straight up trying to kill Archangel or if they're trying to save him from becoming Apocalypse. I don't remember exactly, but they have to get this death seed from the Age of Apocalypse. So there's some time jumping here, universe jumping to go get this death seed from a Celestial had left. Beast had it in his laboratory or something like that. So they roll up to the Age of Apocalypse, and you get like Wolverine, Omega, and all that, and all the characters from that era there, which is pretty sick to see. And then actually, Nightcrawler comes back with them. Actually, all of them come back with them. Some come to help them out, like Jean Grey. Wolverine has her little thing with Jean Grey, which is pretty sick. So this is a cool, definitely little arc here in the book. Some Iceman action. Iceman looking pretty badass. Just Archangel looking gallant as hell with the Apocalypse like costume too. And Psylocke there, that's such an awesome looking cover. So in this, like, Archangel cannot be saved, so Psylocke is kind of battling against what she has to do, but in the end, she has to take out Archangel because, he's gonna destroy the world and all that. So it's a great story, man. And then it goes on to kind of let you know that actually, Fantomex had made a clone of that kid Evan. So there is a clone of the kid out there right now, just living with some like hillbilly people in the West somewhere, and so he is still sort of alive, if you could say. Then it gets into this Otherworld arc, which is, I don't know, I wasn't a crazy fan about it. The artwork is like good in spots, but it's kind of like real messy looking in areas. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it was cool to see like Captain Britain and all that. It has all the Merlin stuff in it, and it was pretty cool. It's like a huge battle going on. There's like these skull dragons there, which are pretty sick, and then you get introduced to this character, which is pretty badass. I think he just referred to him as a skinless man, but he was like a thief. He has like Mr. Fantastic type powers where he could like kind of stretch his skin and whatnot, but he ends up getting his skin taken off, so he's just like this meat suit dude, like the dude Meat from Mortal Kombat or like from Hellraiser, but he can like move all his little meat muscles and whatnot all over to like grab people and shit like tentacles, which is kind of sick. Nightcrawler from the Age of Apocalypse ends up just staying with the X-Force people because he has kind of like a mission where he wants to go around and kill all the people that had like killed his family and stuff like that. So he's out to get revenge, even though it's like not the same people. He figures he'll just do that. Then it gets to like this final arc here in the book where that kid who was a clone of Evan, he ends up getting kidnapped by like the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and they want to try and convince him basically to become Apocalypse. So that's basically like the final arc here is them trying to do that. And then there's another time jump, of course, because why wouldn't there be? Gateway, your boy pops up. And then it gets into like stuff with Dakin. He pops up in this, and I love the artwork in this too. It's kind of even similar to the stuff that's in the Wolverine and the X-Men Omnibus, which is pretty sick, as you get like Kitty Pryde here and Beast from the school, because he was actually kidnapped from the school for Jean Grey, something or other. I forget what it's called, but he eventually gets the Apocalypse suit, and he ends up fucking up some of the people in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, which is pretty sick. You get a little callback from when Wolverine did the time jump there. He's got to, kill his son, Dakin. It's just a badass finish to this book, man. I mean, Otherworld was kind of meh. It was alright, but it finishes strong with all this, which is pretty cool. You get some Mystique action there. I love that cover with Nightcrawler, man. He looks so badass. This part was sick too. The biggest OG shit ever. Nightcrawler just smashes through this glass, and then he fucking bamps a shark inside the blob, and then he just eats the blob from the inside out, and he's like throwing up blood for a minute, and he's just like standing there watching, like so excited, like, you motherfucker, you killed my wife, now this is what I'm gonna do to you, dog. So, you know, it finishes strong, man. This is a great book. I was definitely a huge fan of this read. You get these Deadpool and Wolverine issues from Remender in the back. Then you get into like the bonus features and stuff, which is basically just a bunch of variant covers. Some great variant covers throughout this whole book, man. Some sketch work. Archangel looked badass throughout this whole book. Some scripts. Just some more sketches and stuff. The normal thing you would expect from, you know, the little bonus features, I guess you'd say, in the back of an omnibus. Then you get a little history on what the X-Force is here, which is kind of cool that they threw this in here, so you get a little backstory if you wanted to, you know, find out more, dive deeper into the old X-Force with Cable and all that. You know, I'm glad I finally got into this run. It definitely lived up to the hype. I mean, this was a great book. Hopefully y'all get a reprint soon. Let me know what you think about this book down in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching. The next giveaway is worldwide. One lucky winner will win the X-Men Omnibus Volume 1 DM variant Jack Kirby cover. You'll also get a Powers of X Issue 1 Diodato 1 in 200 Virgin variant, as well as King Spawn #1 Greg Capullo Raw Sketch variant. To win, you must be subscribed to the channel, like and comment on a video where I promote the giveaway. When we hit 750 subscribers, I'll pick a random video and then use a random comment generator to pick the winner. Good luck!